So when you do open up a new document in Illustrator, there's a few menus that you need to go through before you start. There's a different amount of workspaces that you can work with generally, but there's a few that you can pick on startup. So you just want to go over here to the top right, just so we're on um, the same page with kind of what we're working with, and we'll choose Essentials Classic Workspace. So this is now the updated July 2024 version of Illustrator here, so you might see a few different options on the right, but this is generally what we're sort of working with here on the tools. So the first thing is you want to look at is your header menus. So this is generally at the top of your operating system, which is, for me, I'm on Mac. You can see a whole bunch of windows. Anything that you need to edit, any option that you need, can be found through these windows here. If you do close something on the tools on the workspace window, you can usually find them here. Saving documents, exporting files, doing different effects, it can all be found up here. The control bar is usually situational, so you've got different options at the top here, depending on the tool that you've chosen. So if you do choose, say for example, the type tool, the panel will change depending on what you've chosen here. So say for example, I've chosen type tool, the font size and paragraph alignment will show up, as well as sizing and stroke, that sort of thing. And if I choose a shape, you'll see that it'll allow me to change a few things depending on the context. The tabs just generally mean what documents you have open. So generally you've only got one document open. If you do have another one open, so for example I'll open up a new A4 doc, we can switch between those two tabs there, different documents. The toolbar is where you'll see all your tools on the left here. This is generally the most important part of this tutorial. So each one of the tools sort of helps you do what you need to in Illustrator. If you hover over each of the tools, it will give you an explanation, which is kind of handy now. Say for example, using a type tool, just click, can drag out type and use that. If you need to use something else within this menu, there's usually a small arrow icon in the bottom right of it. So say for example, I want to use type on a path tool. You can click and choose whichever tool you kind of want from here, so just keep that in mind. With the panels, so you've got your panels on the right here and you can pick through a fair few of them. So you want to add gradients, choose color swatches, that sort of thing. It's all here and you can be clicked and found just through playing around. You can position these, you can drag these out, you can move your workspace and kind of position it how you want to, just by clicking on this top bar. If you don't want it, you can close it. This way you can save like a new workspace and then save it as your own. So every time you start up, you can use that workspace. The status bar at the bottom is pretty simple. It'll just tell you a bit of info on your zoom level, what tool you've chosen, and just ways to sort of scroll left and right on the window. And then finally, you've got your artboard. So the artboard is where you'll create everything. If you refer to a previous video, you can choose different sizes for your artboard by going File, Document Setup, and Edit Artboards. You can also get to this really quickly is if you go to the Toolbar panel and hit Artboard. This way you can edit the artboard, your cursor will change and you can sort of play with that however you want. To undo this, you can just go Control or Command Z.